go for the top level cornerbacks in South Florida since Tracy Howard in 2012 from good old Miramar High School where I used to work. You know what I mean? And since then, we've literally missed on every single one. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know where we're going to go with it. Something has to change, though. You got 5 scholarship cornerbacks on the roster. You need guys in this class. You just dropped Tim Burns Jr. Malik Curtis is going to play offense, so you don't have anybody committed to play DB. You could miscast Malik Curtis on defense if you want to, but I still think that he's a game changer at wide receiver. And it just doesn't make sense to me. You can bandy about all these names of guys: Markevious Brown from IMG, Terrion Arnold from Tallahassee St. John Paul, I believe it is. Omarion Cooper, who's committed to Florida State. I saw somebody talking about just on the timeline a little bit ago. Hey, we're going to circle back on 5-star Jason Marshall from Palmetto. That's not going to happen. I don't think he's coming here because we ruined that one. Because it got out that he had told the staff that he was going to commit, and then he decided, okay, cool, like I can't trust y'all. It got out. I'm going to Florida. I don't know that there's a plan. If there is a plan, I don't see the plan. I don't understand the plan. And that's pretty simple. You offer the kid from Texas, Corvington, through the first part of his football season is playing really well, but Miami was first in the pool, but I don't know that we're going to be the ones that he goes with. You offer a kid from Georgia as well. Probably not going to come down. I don't see it. I don't. And I don't even see where the late cycle ad for Mike Rumpf comes from. You know what I mean? That's been there every year. I don't see it. And because in previous years, it was like, okay, well, Miami's recruiting Javonte Dean because he was committed to Alabama, and then he flips over. Miami was already recruiting Christian Williams, and then he, again, from Alabama, flips over. Miami's already recruiting these guys, Isaiah Dunson from Florida, who was committed to Florida State, but you've already been recruiting him. Like, that's a thing. And then, okay, like you get the flip at the end and things like that. Okay, cool. I don't see it in this class. And it's really a troubling proposition. I know that there's, talk people saying, okay, well, Ephraim Bonda, the safeties coach, recruits everybody in the secondary, corners and safeties. If that's the truth, then he needs to not recruit cornerbacks because he recruits safeties to the best ability of anybody in America, and cornerbacks is terrible. So if that's the case, if Mike Rumpf is recruiting cornerbacks, the position that he coaches, then, well, first of all, if Mike Rumpf is not recruiting his own position, why is he here? If Mike Rumpf is recruiting his position and he's recruiting to this level, then he needs to go because the demonstrable job product is not good enough. And you ran off a guy like Christian Williams because whatever was going on with him. You know what I mean? It's a problem. Cornerback recruiting, openly and truly. I wrote it years ago when Craig Kuligowski was the defensive line coach that we needed to get him help on the trail because he wanted to coach and develop guys, but going out and recruiting the way that you need to at Miami, when you have Miami on your chest versus when you have Alabama on your chest, is very different. Alabama goes and selects. Miami has to go and fight. And it's a different kind of recruiting. And it wasn't going right, so I said, we'll get him some help. He leaves out. We get some other guys in there. Okay, defensive line recruiting is awesome. At a bare minimum, you have to get Mike Rumpf help. Mike Rumpf or Ephraim Bonda, whoever's recruiting quarterback. At a minimum, you got to do that. I would say obviously, but I think more likely at this point, good old number 8. We thank you for your service. We appreciate that your knee was there in 2001 when you jumped that route against Boston College that ricocheted off your leg and was caught by Matt Walters and returned by Ed Reed. But it's time to ease on down the road, buddy. You know what I mean? So, I don't know where it comes from or where, but I'm not sure that there's a system or a plan and a comprehensive and attainable plan of action to recruit the kind of corners and the number of corners that we need for this roster. Because point of fact, we don't have enough on this roster, period, let alone if they're good enough. We have 5 total. That's not good enough, and something has to change.